not sleeping on the street. I'm a capable human being.
Making conscious next steps.
I'm a conscious human being.
Seeing growth really
Like, we some hip hop niggas. Like, we don't need to vocalize it to make shit like that's what I can.
I promise y'all,
12-hour day
my
type
stomach broke.
Listeners, thank you guys all so much for tuning in. You're now listening to the Flyer Pop Podcast. I got some beautiful guests with me today. I got
chain, ice frame, bitches grill season. Can see me dripping, I just walking like I own a business. The only difference is I really bid on it. Now the money so long, the kids can sit on it, I'm wildin'. Young nigga ordering them dollars. Stockpile it if them bonds ever stock up for the riders. Skirt, we gon' be a fighter. Swerving that big body on bullshit. Sitting sideways, cause my body you ain't biasing. If I hit the switch, they gon' blow you to the future. You know who you are from the outside looking in. Shit is real like I'm catching a fish, I'm just official. So don't take offense when I get the flex and you extra. I'm extraterrestrial, nigga fat backwood. Blowing up the head of a nigga whole squad. Looking like NBA Jam when you fuckers are, yeah. My people made a killing off the butter. You can go and ask P, we gon' nutty free the real. Trap jumping like I'm giving free samples of it. But that was just a time when you had to be there. Surf and turf fed the family so well. Made them scatter champagne nights, working for sure. Black out of black bottles of that Bel Air Rose. 10 toes, I'm so down for the squad. If we don't rise, I'ma strap him to my back and skydive on the stars. Roof in them crackhead cars we pull through. Out of Dodge with the slab, same thing when we done. Hardball put us on top, dog entertainment. Slanging J-Rock like I'm from Watch Towers. Blood money brought us blue strips by the minute. Nigga pocket getting big as Bruce in an hour. On the corner doing the fucking shoot dance with the powder. Tonight, we gon' hustle like it ain't no day. Light, shining like the moon when it's dark. Out in the cold trying to make it shake. Back, build to the top with the flame.
peace and love to the population. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Flyer Pop Podcast. I'm your favorite host, Remy Supreme, and I got very special guests in the building with me today. A man of the city, you could say, man. Your name's been ringing all types of bells, man. I got the homie Cheeze Weez. What's up with you, bro?
Yes, sir. What's cracking with you, man? Thank you for having me.
Man, it's an honor, bro. I was definitely, like I said, we had guapped up Speedy in the studio the other day, and we were talking about just how much of a buzz you got going on, and I was just saying personally, man, it's like something I had to make sure I took care of once I'm here in the city, is touching with you, because
yeah, that's love.
It's too much going on for me not to recognize your work and your hustle right now, bro. It's definitely real.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that too, because just like we was talking about before we got on air, a lot of people don't want to give you recognition in the city. You know what I'm saying? So when people do, I be like, flabbergasted by it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, because a lot of people, I feel like, they want to be, whatever the case may, whatever you want to call it, the man or the next one up or whatever.
Too cool for school.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I support everybody.
Yeah.
Even if you don't support me, I still rock with you. So.
Word, man. Love is the way for sure, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
But I gotta ask, bro, where does the name come from? Cheeze Weez. How did that start?
That's funny.
I'm sure everybody dying to know for sure. Yeah, it's super unique.
All my homies used to call me T Weezy because my real name started with a T.
Okay.
And I listened to a lot of Wayne. All my homies listened to a lot of Wayne.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So they used to call me T Weezy. But that was back when it was, Chris Breezy and all these little Easies. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm cool with it, but I really wasn't like set in stone on it. And then one day I was chilling with my dog, and he was like making fun of me. You know what I'm saying? He was like, bro, you got a big blockhead, big, you know what I'm saying, big Cheeze Weez head. And I was like, bro, I stopped. I wasn't laughing. He was laughing. I wasn't laughing. He like, why you so serious? I'm like, bro, that sound hard. You know what I'm saying? I always been about my money since I was younger. Word. And the Weez, I feel like always gonna stick with me. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, Cheeze Weez, I like that way better than T Weez. And somebody can't take that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, so we ran with that. We've been rocking with it ever since.
That's dope, man. And it's crazy you mentioned Wayne too, bro, because I was definitely having a conversation. I think it was this past weekend, just how much we sleep on him, and how we don't give him his recognition of like the type of influence he has on even today's music. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's so many artists that are like literal children of Wayne that people won't even like admit to. You know what I'm saying?
No, I do feel like he one of the like legends of our time. Yeah, even if people don't want to say it, it's like, bro, a point in your life, if you in our generation, you listen to Wayne. I don't care what you say, if it was Lollipop, I don't care if it, one of the the songs that everybody hear, I don't care. You listen to him at one point in time because he was on everybody's music. He did rock music, bro.
Right, man.
Come on, bro. It's like, you got to get that, man. He worked for that. I do have to say now, though, that I feel like he ain't going crazy like he used to.
Right,
like when he was doing the drought, you know, all the droughts and no ceilings,
dedication,
mixtapes and stuff like that. I feel like he ain't going as crazy, but he's still holding his weight though. Yeah, you gotta salute him for that. Not a lot of people can be in the game that long and still be able to like make noise.
That's a fact. Still be relevant and everything too, because that last album he put out too was dope, man. I think it was really underrated. Carter 4 or 5, I can't remember which number it was.
I think it was 5.
Was it 5?
I think it was 5.
That whole Young Thug shit confused me with it, but
yeah, that's what it got me confused with too. But I know, low key, I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't even really listen to it because I ain't been feeling what he been saying lately. Like, you know, I understand he does rap off the top of his head. Yeah. But it's like, bro, you can only say so much stuff so many times. Right. Before people be like, yo, you said that like this many times, you just switched it. Yeah. Regardless if you switched the word or said something different, but it sound the same. You feel me? I feel you. So I just don't tap into his music like I used to. I love the mixtape Wayne. Yeah, like that Wayne. I like that Wayne because I feel like he careless. He's careless with his music now, but I feel like then he was really like, yo, y'all gonna know that nobody can mess with me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to the freestyles, the making music, the guitar, skateboarding, whatever. He was passionate. He's still passionate, but I just feel like now he just playing with it. Like,
it's a little different. Like he got a little older. He tried to experiment with a few different things.
Yeah. And you could feel it. Yeah. You could feel it. He's still in there though, so I gotta give it to him for that. He's still in there. He ain't going nowhere. You know.
Definitely, man. And I'm really big on just giving people their flowers while they still can smell them. You know, and I feel like that's somebody we really need to give more homage to. You know what I mean? Yeah. Especially with everything that just happened with Nipsey. It's just like no one was really saying or talking about Nipsey before.
Bro, not everybody and their mama know who Nipsey
exactly.
is. You know
exactly. It's a crazy situation for real.
It just opened your eyes to people like that. Like, you know, I recently got a tattoo of him on my leg.
Oh,
you know
what
I'm saying? And, you know, I got it because obviously he's he represents the marathon. You know, I mess with that. So, but people was like, "Yo, you getting it just because he passed away?" Or like you really, really messed with him. And I told him, I'm like, bro, you're not gonna get too many people like him in our lifetime while we living. Facts. I said, bro, he brought together gangs. He had, I can't even name the amount of people that he had at his funeral that really matter in the world though. He got a letter from Obama. Like, come on, bro, this man. And he was speaking knowledge into the youth about the industry while he was alive. We just didn't pay attention. Facts, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I definitely like I'm like, for me, I'm like, he reminds me of myself because he's so into everything, but he was an entrepreneur at the same time, but he come from nothing. Yeah. But he trying to teach you at the same time. So it's like, bro, it remind me of myself. Facts. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like he's going to live on regardless of my tattoo or not. Yeah. He going to live on because ain't nobody going to forget him. Like you just said, people who never talked about him knows who he is because he put an impact on the world.
Yeah, man, it's crazy you got that text. I actually thought about the same thing, and that's what's kind of good about social media, I guess, now, or even this podcast, because I've been talking about him for a minute. You know, like I got like the dates and the stamps where like before shit I was promoting his videos. I had his videos on some older, or his songs on some older podcasts and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I thought about getting a TMC on my leg too, man, because the marathon continuing is a real thing. You know what I mean?
that's what I'm saying.
Especially like what he established with that and what his just like his authenticity in it. You know, I think that was really important that we actually really try to fight and keep that thing going. Y'all can come in. Y'all good. Yeah. But yeah, man, shout out to Nip, man. Shout out to Wayne, bro. That's crazy that your name came from that, though, man. That's good to know. I've always wondered, because I've heard about you for probably over 2 years, I'd say, because you've been rapping for a minute.
Yeah, minute.
I would say it's probably been 2 years, maybe a little bit less. Yeah. So, and that's one thing I always thought of. I was like, man, Cheeze Weez is the name I never heard before. I'm like,
man, shout out to my dog Econ, man. That's my brother. He the one who made that up. So he made the funny joke, but it made it into my real name. You know? So shout out to Dog. That's my brother.
Shout out to him, man. He got a big point for that.
I was just gonna say he gonna be forever talked about, no matter what. You know, that's crazy. You said you heard about me 2 years ago too, because 2 years ago is when I put out Impatiently Waiting, which was my last EP, and that's when I like really got serious with it. Like, not doing mixtapes and putting my stuff on iTunes and like doing the stuff that matters. So that's crazy because it shows me that I was doing the right stuff, you know, even back then. You know what I'm saying? So
I definitely remember hearing you back then too, and I didn't know like where it even came from, but your name was definitely even buzzing back then for sure.
Yeah, when I came up with that, I was just more so on some like, I can't keep playing. You know, my son was little. I was about to have my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Or I think my daughter was born already. She was little. But you know what I'm saying? I was just on some like, yo, I can't keep playing and not getting paid and not putting my stuff out and getting money from it. So I just got more serious with it. And as I got serious, the homies got serious and everybody around us took us more serious. So we got more shows and all that. So
word, that's lit.
We started cracking off that for real.
So Impatiently Waiting was the last project you dropped before Allstate?
Yeah.
So it was like a 2-year gap in between?
Yeah, and it only took so long because I'd be like, I go off a feeling. I can't just write something. You know, I gotta be like, obviously, you live every day. You know, when you wake up, you go through something. You know what I'm saying? But there's certain points in your life you want to talk about. So I feel like that's why it took me so long to do it. But then I'm a perfectionist. So if it don't sound right, I'll double back and be like, yo, can you change this on there? Or how can we fix this? How can we make it sound like this? Because this is how I was, you know what I mean? So it took us some time to do it. You know what I'm saying? But before we even put it out, I had it done for like maybe like over 6 months. Like it was done a long time before we actually put it out. It was just people was coming out with music that I mess with, so I didn't want to like I didn't want it to conflict with their stuff, you know. So I had to pick a date where nobody was really doing nothing.
That sounds like some real industry shit right there.
I feel like, you know, like that's like me and you know, if we rocking together and you like, bro, I'm about to put a song out on Friday, I wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I would help you push yours. When yours settle, boom, I'll come back. And that's how we both push each other.
Because then that promotion comes right back to you.
Exactly, too. Boom, and you know what I'm saying? You still get to keep moving like that.
Word, man. Well, before we get too much into the music, man, like my main purpose with these podcasts is kind of just getting the story told to creatives, you know, and get the background story for the fans, you know, to get to know the artist a little more. So let's take it from the beginning, man. Like, where are you from? Where were you raised? Where were you born?
I was born and raised here. You know what I'm saying? In Grand Rapids. Okay, I grew up on Granville Street. You know what I'm saying? Between Franklin and Hall Street.
Okay.
I grew up around there on Caulfield, you know what I'm saying?
Got you.
That's where I lived at. And then, so I mean, you know, I've been in the city my whole life. I moved to Traverse City in Georgia, you know what I'm saying, when I got a little older, but I've been in the city my whole life. Yeah, this is home.
What was in Georgia?
My grandma. My grandma, I used to live with my grandma, so my grandma moved to Georgia. I was only over there for like 2 months.
Oh, okay.
But it was cool, you know what I'm saying? It was definitely a different experience from especially from Traverse City, because Traverse City's 2 hours away up north, so there's nothing up there. You know what I'm saying? And then compared to Grand Rapids, it was way bigger. You know what I'm saying? So it was a different experience. It was dope. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, mainly my whole life I've been here in the city.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's what's up. What school did you go to? What high school?
I went to an alternative. It was like the alternative high school for Lee.
Okay.
Yeah. It was called Vision Quest. So,
dope. Was it for like a special like focus school or anything?
Nah. What was wrong with me is I was just wilding out. I wasn't going to school. You know what I'm saying? So my credits was all messed up. So for me to like catch up back to where I was supposed to be at, I went to an alternative. I could have switched over when I got caught up and went to a regular school and graduated from there. But all my homies was at the alternative, so I wasn't tripping.
Okay,
you know
I got you.
And to me, it was like you work at your own pace. It's not like you got to go to class. You could really take your work home and finish it like that. So
that's dope.
Yeah, I still graduated and everything. I got my diploma, so I ain't look at it no different. I'm like, yo, I still graduated. So, you know what I mean? It was just an alternative school.
Yeah. All you got to do is get that diploma for real.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you try the college thing at all?
Nah, bro. I knew when I was in school I didn't want to do college because I didn't want to be in school. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was literally going to school because my mom was like, yo, you got to do something, bro. Just at least get your diploma for me. You know what I'm saying? And after that, you can do whatever you want. So I was like, yeah, okay, bet. I did that. And I had a clothing line, like shortly, like after graduating, I had a clothing line. You know what I'm saying? So I was always like into fashion and just wanting to make my own stuff. Yeah. So just having a clothing line alone, I didn't want to go to school because I'm like, yo, I'm already doing something and I'm kind of making a little bit of money off of it. So let me see how far it'll take me.
What was the name of that line?
It's called Parachute Gear.
Oh, okay. You still got that now, right?
No, actually, I have it, but like that clothing line makes the clothes for my store, which is FineLine Boutique. So we don't make Parachute Gear clothing no more. Okay. We make merchandise for the store, which is FineLine, but Parachute Gear makes it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you.
Yep.
That's dope. How'd you get into fashion like that so early?
Really, bro, I always been into fashion, like growing up. You know what I'm saying? My mom was always into shoes and dressing and getting me dressed. You know what I'm saying? Me and her would go back and forth on fits. Like, she took me to the mall. It wasn't like my sister. My sister could do whatever. Here, baby, here go your money. She go shopping. But my mom had to be with me because she knew I was wild. So I just get whatever I wanted. But she was like, nah, if I don't like it, you're not wearing it. So, you know what I'm saying? So me and her always been like that. You know what I'm saying? In tune with the fashion stuff. So I think that's how she really like installed that into me. You know what I mean? Don't wear your shoes so tight, lacing them up a little, loosen them up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Don't wear your shirt like that. You know, she used to always put me on game. So growing up, I was always into it, and I always had a new pair of shoes. You know, I try to stay crispy. So just going into an adult, I started going to ACK. I don't know if you're familiar with that. All City Kicks. Yeah, man. Shout out to the homies, man.
I hear they making a comeback.
I'm hoping so. You know, that was a staple for the city, but
for sure, man.
I got hooked onto them, and I started going there, and I noticed that they would have like one of one stuff, or you know, two of something. But at times there was like stuff I couldn't find, so I'm like, man, bro, like I want to make my own stuff. That's what got the idea of having a clothing line and stuff like that. And then it got me even more into fashion because I wanted to learn how to cut and sew and how they print stuff and how everything was made. So really, you know, it started off with my mom, but I feel like ACK took it to another level because they showed me stuff I never seen.
Word.
As far as clothing goes.
Word. That's dope. Yeah. That's dope. Were you doing the parachute gear all by yourself? Did you have a little team with you?
Nah, it was really me and the mother of my kids, her cousin.
Okay.
We kind of started it together. We both had the same vision. He was just really like smart on the business side. I was more creative, so I would like draw stuff that he would say would look nice or whatever, and we'll find fabrics to print it on and, you know, stuff like that. So that's how we started it. But then he eventually ventured off and like wanted to do like stuff with cars and stuff, which I was like, cool. You know what I'm saying? So I leaned back from the clothing line a little bit, but then after a while, people kept asking me like, "Yo, what's up with the t-shirts? What's up with the t-shirts?" Yeah. So I'm like, "All right, y'all gonna pay for them?" Like, yeah, you know, we want them. So boom, you know what I'm saying? I started it back.
Word.
And it really kicked off the second time. Like the second time, I ain't gonna lie, bro's I had a whole basement full of stuff before I had a store.
Yeah.
I had like a whole basement full of stuff.
That's
so I
crazy.
kind of had a store before I had a store.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just off of the homies and their friends and family. You know, I would sell out of stuff, so it was straight.
Almost like an online store or something.
Yeah, I had an online store as well. So I would send a lot of stuff to my. A lot of the stuff I made would go to Cali.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's dope, though.
Yeah. So that was a dope experience as well.
Word, man. That's what's up. Talk about like the family life, the household life. Was you the only kid?
Nah. I got two sisters. Well, I got three sisters. My bad. I got three.
Oh yeah,
sisters.
you mentioned one of the sisters earlier.
Yeah, I got an older sister who didn't live with us, but you know, it is what it is. And I got two sisters, an older one that lived with me and a younger one that lived with me. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of always been the only boy. You know what I'm saying? Around my mom and my sisters. And, you know, my pops was around until I was like 7. You know what I'm saying? So growing up, like being a man, I had to learn that stuff from my uncles or whatever the case may be, but. It was straight, you know what I'm saying? That's why I am how I am now, because my mom, like, so she like real down to earth. That's what I could say about her. She ain't gonna be fake with you. She gonna be real with you. She gonna tell you what you need to know. You know what I'm saying? What she thinks you should know. You know, obviously growing up being a boy and her being a woman, she can only tell me so much, but she would like install stuff into me like, yo, you can't work for nobody. You need to be your own boss, because I was so hard-headed. I didn't listen to nobody. Like, nobody. I ain't care. I'm going to do what I want. So she told me, you got to be your own boss, baby. Whatever you do, just make sure you own something. That's how I got my store. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Amazing. But she would like install stuff into me when I would get in trouble. She'd be like, don't lie to me. Tell me the truth. It's better if you tell me the truth. You know, so I won't lie to her. She got me out of a lot of jams. Like, bruh, I ain't going to lie. I could have been gone or should have been gone a couple times. But she came to rescue a lot of times. So I feel like my mom she was holding it down for sure. You know, with me being the only boy around, my sisters, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I feel like it was dope, bro. Growing up was dope, you know what I'm saying? I had, you know how people, you know how people are growing up. Some people have their family functions that they go to. Some people don't, you know what I'm saying? But I grew up around all that. Family functions, you know, every holiday was at my grandma's house, like, yeah. So that's how, like, I feel like that kind of got something to do with my music too. Cause my grandma and them always listened to old music.
Got you.
And my pops when he was around, but my mom listened to fast music like Yin Yang Twins, Uncle Luke.
Oh,
you know.
word.
So if you catch on, you'll see that I got old school beats, but I rap fast.
Got you.
Yeah.
That's
So I
dope.
feel like growing up was dope, bro. I ain't got no complaints about it.
That's dope. What other type of stuff did she listen to? Your mom's, or what else was being played in the household? Maybe something your sisters was playing.
Well, I know like my pops was listening to Barry White, Michael Jackson.
Damn, mix that with Uncle Luke. That's crazy.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I was getting like, yo, what? And my mom told me when she started listening to that stuff around me, she like, look, baby, this the type of music I like. Don't you start saying what they, because you know, Uncle Luke, he talking crazy. Yin Yang, they talking crazy.
For sure.
But, you know, that's the type of music she liked, though. You know, she liked to work out and stuff like that. So, you know, that more up-tempo music is always good for that.
Got you.
I can't really say what my grandma and grandpa used to listen to. It was on they used to play it on the record player. So like most of that stuff I probably wasn't hip to.
Some old school.
Yeah, if I heard it, I would be able to say what it was, but 9 times out of 10 I can't like pinpoint it. I don't really know, but I know for a fact my dad used to listen to Barry White and Michael Jackson like back to like a lot. And my mom used to listen to Yin Yang Twins and Uncle Luke and she liked to listen to Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill, I ain't gonna lie, like I like how she was like poetic.
Yeah.
You know, my mom like Queen Latifah.
Okay.
I don't know, man. My mom like a lot of like aside to the fast stuff, she like powerful women. That's what she would listen to.
Got you.
MC Light, like you know, like
the golden age.
Yeah, bro, and I didn't even know who they were back then, but now looking back, I'm like, yo, she was really listening to some stuff.
Some
like,
legends,
so maybe I got, you know, some from them too, because she did used to listen to stuff like that.
Definitely, I would say so, man. That's some dope artists right there. For
yeah,
sure.
yeah, especially to take anything from.
So all your family is in Grand Rapids?
Nope. Most of my family in Grand Rapids. I got my dad's side, they live in Traverse City, and my mom live in Mississippi. Like my household family that I grew up with, they all live in Mississippi.
Oh, okay.
But I was just like, yo, it's not for me. You know, I gotta be in the city. I gotta be able to walk around the corner to the store. I gotta hear the cars and you know all the noises and all that. Like it's cool going to Mississippi. I love it, bro. What I like about Mississippi is everybody, they own stuff. You know, my mom's boyfriend, all his family own either garages where they fix cars, they own their houses, they own land, they own something. They own a barbershop, salon. Yeah. They all own something. I'm like, yo, it's crazy, but it's dope because there ain't nothing out there. But everybody's making means for themselves.
Self-sufficient out there.
Yeah, bro. That's what dope. I like about it. And it's chill. It's like, it's calm. You know, there ain't no a lot of traffic or none of that. It's just in the middle of nowhere.
That's dope, man. I can tell how that I can see how that can maybe subconsciously inspire you too, especially what you got going on. We definitely gonna get to your business moves and everything, but I can see where all that play a part.
Definitely,
that's dope.
Definitely, being as busy as I am, I definitely love to go out there and just chill when I can. You know, spend time with the family or just sit back and relax.
Got you. You mentioned that you used to doodle up the fashion drawings and stuff. Was drawing something that you just did as a passion, or was it specifically for the clothing?
Nah, bro. Actually, growing up, it's crazy, bro. You tapping in for real. Nah, for real, because everything you say is bringing me back to something. So, growing up, bro, I was really into like Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, Digimon, like all the stuff that was animated, you know. And I used to love to draw. I could look at something and I could draw it. You know what I'm saying? So I would always do stuff for my mom and, the homies or whatever the case may be in school. But I always was drawing. I started drawing because my uncle went to school. He went to Kendall. Okay. And I seen his drawing book. And he was drawing, like, people and whatever he was looking at, he was drawing it. And he was hard. So I'm like, yo, how you doing that? He showed me how to draw a 3D box. And it started from there. I drew a 3D box. It started from there, but
I remember the first time I learned how to do that too.
Yeah, it was like, dope. Bro, it's look 3D. You feel me? So like, it blew my mind. So I'm like, yo, I want to learn more. But aside of that, my uncle Dwayne, R.I.P. He passed away when I was younger. I don't really remember him, but I seen pictures of him or whatever. But he was on my native side, which is my dad's side. He would draw pictures with markers, Sharpies. Okay. His pictures was like, I think my sister said it was like 600, 500, 1,000 sometimes. Damn. And my uncle, he makes sculptures out of marble. So he'll make, you know, you go to casino, you see eagle heads and stuff like that. He does that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. So it's like I feel like it's always been in my family. I just had to pick it up.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of creatives. It's a lot of creatives. So I've been doing that for a long time.
Word, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't do it as much no more, but you know, I could still whip up if I have to.
You still got the books laying around somewhere, I'm sure.
Man, yeah, I whip up quick if I have to, or just to give somebody my thought, like, yo, this is what I'm thinking, boom, boom, just so they could see it, and even if they gotta, recreate it or whatever, we go from there. But yeah, I still whip up time to time.
That's dope. So you half Native American?
Yep.
Yeah,
My pops is half black, half Native. My mom's full black. So
okay, do you know what tribe it is?
Ottawa and Chippewa. So we from Traverse City.
Okay.
My whole tribe started in Traverse City.
Got you.
Yeah.
Do you get into that, like the history of the culture and everything?
I am. As I get older, I'm getting into it because, you know, it's a lot of politics behind it.
Right.
And I just be wanting to know, being a member of a tribe or band, whatever you want to call it, either or. It's a lot of politics. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of stuff, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's like, they do take care of their people, don't get me wrong, but I be wanting to know, like, okay, where is what going? Why is this like that? Why ain't this like that? So getting older, I be, you know, tapping more into it. And some of my family are board members too.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can like ask them stuff if I have to too.
Got you.
So I definitely get into that.
I've always been like really curious about the Native American experience and just the culture in general. I'm specifically Rwandan. I'm from Africa. And we experienced a genocide, you know, back in the 90s, like early 90s or whatever.
Right.
So I guess I kind of just naturally related to the Native American experience to an extent.
I feel like it's kind of the same. Yeah. In a way, I feel like it's kind of the same because you guys have villages. We call them reservations, but it's the same thing. You feel me? And I kind of feel like, in a way, they have the same rules, I guess you could say. Because obviously, in your village or wherever you from, y'all got what y'all go by.
Yeah.
On the outskirts of that, it might be different, and that's how it is on the reservation. You know what I'm saying? They go by their rules. They're more strict about stuff. You know, it's not like us in the inner city. It's not. You know, it's more stricter out there because they got to be following certain rules,
different
and stuff.
laws or whatever.
Yeah. But I definitely like to tap into it just because, you know, it is my other side, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to know about it.
Me too, man. I've been doing the same thing with my own culture, man. I before, as a kid, of course, I didn't care about it. I didn't even learn my own language, unfortunately, but that's what I'm trying to do now. Learn my language, learn more about my history, learn more about what's happening out there, and what I can do to get involved. You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
I always tell people, bro, if you ain't learning and evolving, you doing something wrong.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, read a book, watch an interview. It's a umpteen amount of things you could do to learn something.
Facts, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts, man. Well, let's get into the music, man. My first question before we actually get into that, though, is Block Mafia Gang. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, man. Block Mafia Gang. That's my group. It's crazy because Block Mafia Gang, it used to be way more of us. In the group. It started off, one of my homies was like, yo, I feel like we should do a group. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, word, that's cool. You know, one of my homies from high school that I was rapping with, it was a lot of us rapping, you know, but everybody wasn't serious, but the serious ones knew who we were. You know what I'm saying? So my homie was like, yo, I feel like we should do a group. I'm like, what you gonna call it? He was like, Block Mafia Gang. I'm like, black? And he was like, no, a block, like a neighborhood. Yeah, that's where he got it from. He was like a neighborhood. He was like, if you think about it, a Block Mafia Gang, like we're the Blocks Mafia Gang. I'm like, oh, I get you. So basically, you know what I'm saying, we started saying it, you know, on our raps a lot. He backed off from the rapping for a little while, so I was just saying it, promoting it, you know, keeping it going or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? And as it grew, we grew. You know, we got more members into it. But, you know, some unfortunate situations happen where it caused to people to go separate ways, you know what I'm saying? So I still represent it, and people know me from it, you know what I'm saying? And that's still my group, you know what I'm saying? Block Mafia Gang is still my group. I still scream it everywhere. People already know BMG. We got a nice little buzz going on in the city. But as of right now, you know what I'm saying, it's only a couple of us right now. It's me, you know what I'm saying, and my cousin B. Garber. You know, we got a couple of the homies that's like around that like to help with stuff. You know, my boy Dave. You know, my boy Miguel, my brother Damo, my boy Louis, my little sister Quee, my boy motherfucking Cheeks. You know, he a rapper. My boy Cello.
Okay.
you know what I'm saying, young Marcus, he a videographer. Yeah, my boy Carlos. Yeah, he take pictures. So you know, it's a lot of us still around, you know what I'm saying? But like the main group ain't what it used to be. But I still got mad, like BMG or Block Mafia gang brought me to where I am now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm never gonna let it go. Word. I'm never gonna let it go. That. So yeah, but it started off in high school and I'm still pushing it, or trying to at least.
Got you.
Straight up.
Is your cousin or any of those other people actual rappers, or is everybody else kind of just?
Yeah, nope. So B Garber, he a rapper. Okay. He got Drunk Driving. A lot of people know him from Drunk Driving. That's the song called. Okay. He performs it at every show, like literally every show we do. I'm on the chorus, so. Gotcha. We do that, and then he do some other heat that he got. He actually, his project is coming out. I want to say like in a couple months. Word, okay. I think it's called Raised by Racism. Okay. So yeah, deep. Bro. I'm saying though, he gonna talk about some talk, but word. Yeah, bro. He a rapper. He got a video coming out in like a couple days. Word, you know what I'm saying? Word. I don't know when this gonna play. Maybe when this plays, it probably be out. But yeah, bro. He a rapper. I gotta tap in with him, man. Yeah, he going crazy. So yep.
That's what's up, man. Mm-hmm. So as a kid, was any of your other family members involved in music?
Yeah. My grandfather, which is crazy because I got to take him and my son to Atlanta. He was at my Billy show. Week. Yep, he was at my Billy show June 1st. You know what I'm saying? He go by Larry Fontaine. And growing up, he was trying to show me how to play the drums and then the piano. Because he always had, the whole garage was full of instruments. But I was just like I was a kid, bro. So I'm like, bro, I don't want to do this, Pop. You know what I'm saying? I want to go play, bro. Right. And he like, all right, son, you pick it up whenever you want. You know what I'm saying? And instead of doing that, I just started writing poems. And I started writing raps. He'll play something on the piano and I'll rap to it. Damn. So, you know what I'm saying? I kind of feel like he definitely fueled the fire that I already had in me. I've been rapping since I was in second grade.
Damn, word.
Yeah. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I feel like he definitely played a big part. But, like, other than that, nah, I can't say. But he still does music now. Like, he's in a band.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he still does. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like he played a big part.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Piano and drums, too. Those are my favorite instruments, bro. I wish
was like, my fingers, bro. I couldn't get my fingers right on the piano. And then the drums, I'm like, man, I'm not trying to do all this work. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just rap these bars and I'm going to be straight. Yeah, so I just went with that.
Word, I feel that, man.
Yes,
I feel that. What was some of your personal favorite artists as a kid? Who'd you love to listen to?
Man, my first CD was a Wayne CD. That's probably why I was so big on Wayne.
That's dope.
Yeah,
one of the first Carters or something.
Nah, actually, I want to say The Block Is Hot. Or was it 400 degrees?
Yeah.
400 degrees? Because then he have 400 and Juvie had 500 degrees?
Yep.
Something like that?
Yeah, it was something like that. I know he had 400.
It was like one of his first CDs.
Yeah.
I got that. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to him. I was listening to Big Timers.
Word.
Which was Manny and Baby.
When they were doing those crazy art covers with the explosions and shit.
Yeah, that same one. I swear to you, that same exact one. And then I was listening to I was listening to a lot of old stuff because I felt like maybe my mom didn't want me to listen to like the new stuff. Yeah, I don't really know, but I was listening to like Pac, Biggie, Method, Red, Wayne, Big Timers,
Word.
No Limit.
Yeah,
I was listening to like those guys.
Got
you.
Yeah. Who's some of the people that you messing with now? But I do kind of want to break this down into two parts.
I got you.
Locally and then mainstream. Or who's some people you messing with?
I'll start off with the mainstream. I really I've been listening to the Baby a lot.
Word.
I just like his flow. Yeah. It's real bouncy. It make you want to bounce, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I listen to Baby a lot. I always find myself going back to Drake. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like anytime I wanna like I'm working on an album or something or a EP or whatever, I always go back to him because he got so many melodies. It just be tripping me out. So I always listen to him.
No matter how much you hate that nigga, you can't deny his
music.
You can't,
bro. He's so... Bro, he one of the ghosts, bro. I ain't gonna lie. When it comes to music, I don't care what nobody say about that man. He's one of the ones. Yeah, so I always go back to him, listen to him. I might throw a little Mozzie in there. Word.
Okay.
Some I don't know. I'm really picky on what I listen to. Man, I've been listening to Nipsey forever.
Word.
But like now I've been listening to him a lot, because I be listening to what he's saying, and I'm like, yo, this dude's smart. But yeah, I've been listening to Nipsey since before the marathon continues, or like when he was doing like the mixtapes, I was listening to him then. You know what I'm saying? So I throw some of that in there. As far as like the city go, I ain't gonna lie to you, Brian. I don't like to lie, so I ain't gonna say I listen to a lot of artists in the city.
Yeah, maybe somebody you messing with as far as
of course I listen to all my homies. You know what I'm saying? I listen to motherfucking Cheeks. I listen to B Garber. You know, I listen to Cello a lot. You know, but what I want to say is the E-Will.
Okay.
That man been going crazy, bro.
Yeah.
He been dropping like these freestyles. I don't know if they freestyles or verses, but bro, he go so nuts.
Yeah, I've seen his name around sometimes.
Bro, yeah, he go crazy. But I listened to him. I think he called Big Bank Dantes, I think it's something like that. He go by Sincere Streets though.
Okay.
Yeah, I listen to him a lot.
I don't know if I heard of him.
Yeah, J Loaf, which is my homie. You know, I tried to listen to everybody's stuff, but I can't say that I listen to it like consistently.
And there's so many artists out here too. It's kind of hard to keep up with everybody.
Yeah, bro.
There's practically a new artist every day out here, man.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong though. When people play stuff, you know what I'm saying, I do listen to it. Oh, shout out to K Huff too. Okay. Shout out to Huff. He been going crazy. I listen to him too. I can't forget the homie. Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
Did you ever have any interest in any sounds or different genres of music that people would be surprised to hear from you? Like any I don't know, any rock or R&B maybe.
You know, it's crazy, bro.
Symphony.
I don't know what. It's this girl named Florence the Machine.
Bruh, that's my shit. Get out of here. Yo, that's my shit.
I don't know what genre she would be, but bro, when I heard her voice, bro, it blew my mind. I'm like, yo, why does her voice sound so cold?
Yo.
Like, yeah, bro. So like, I ain't gonna lie, that'll be something that I feel like nobody would be like, yo, he listens to that.
Facts.
Like, yeah, I definitely love her voice, bro.
Yo, I'm actually surprised you said that for real, man. Yeah, Sango, I'm sure you know who that is.
Yeah, man, what? Shout out to the homie, AGO.
Yeah, man, he put me on with her like way back in the day, probably like 2010, 2011. He had sampled her on one of his early projects, and like you said, her voice is just so capturing, bro. Then I found like the original song and the video on YouTube, and to this day, I'll still play it when I want to impress somebody with some different shit. Mm-hmm. I'll play that same video. I can't think of the name of it off top, but that band is fire. I still listen to their new shit too. They be dropping stuff.
Yeah, bro.
Every now and then I be listening to it.
I just like that vibe she got. I ain't gonna lie. I like it a lot. I mess
with it. Her voice is crazy. That's what's up. That's what's up. So you say you started writing poetry as a kid. Do you remember how you got started with that?
Yeah, in second grade. It was second grade. We had an assignment. Basically, we had to write a poem. I forgot what it was about. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
But I know I wrote it, and then he read it in front of the class because he was like, this is basically what he said. He was like, this is how a poem is supposed to be structured. You know what I'm saying? So he basically was like, yo, this is one of the ones. And it made me think, I'm like, this is the first time I ever did this. But I liked how I can put my feelings on paper and make them rhyme though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's crazy. I'm kind of like telling a story and it's rhyming, so it's like it just blew my mind, you know what I'm saying? So all I really had to do was learn how to do it with a beat. Right. You know what I'm saying? So from there, I would just write stuff all the time, or like freestyle. I used to freestyle a lot. And in second grade, that's when I went to the studio for the first time. Damn, but they ain't let me record though. Okay. I don't know if they felt I was too young or what the case may be. But they ain't let me record. You know what I'm saying? So from there, I just learned, all right, this is what you do when you record. This is what they do when they're mixing it. This is, I just watched all the steps. And then from there, you know what I'm saying, I kept doing it. And as I got older, I would run into people, slowly but surely who was into music like I was. I just never gave up on it, I guess.
Got you.
When I got into like high school, that's when I ran into somebody with a studio for real. So, I got it from there. But yeah, second grade, my first poem, bro. I've been writing ever since.
Did you ever stick to just like keeping written as poetry, or did it just jump immediately to rapping? Like, did you ever just keep writing as like, nah, I'm not gonna put a beat to this. It's just gonna be.
Yeah, I honestly think it was just more so like poetry at first. Okay. Because I really wasn't thinking about instrumentals. I was little, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I probably wasn't even hip to instrumentals yet. You know what I'm saying? But like, I would just write a lot. I just like to write,
Yeah.
so I would write a lot. But then, like I was saying, around my homies, I'd be like, say something, and I'll say something else after it. Be like, yo, that was hard. And then I'll be thinking about it all day. I'll think about it all day until I got like something in my head that I could just recite.
Yeah.
So that's how I started off. And then like my older cousins, I'd be chilling with them, and I'd just start rapping. And they'd be like, yo, little cuz, you hard. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing it. So I would just freestyle all the time. We'd be sitting wherever. They'd be like, yo, kick, you know what I mean? Go ahead. I get the rapping, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like that I've always had, you know, maybe I've always had the passion, but writing them poems is probably what brought it out more. And then from poems, I started freestyling. From freestyling, I started writing like actual music.
Got you.
Yeah.
Do you today like ever just write anything, not even necessarily music? Do you ever just write thoughts or some sort of poetry? Not so much.
Nope. I feel like if you listen to my music now, it's more like a poem.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm actually saying like what we used to go through.
Yeah.
You know, what my homies used to be doing and what I'm doing now. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I feel like it's more so like a poem. It's not really like, you know, when people rap, sometimes they just rap about let's just say what they like or materialistic things. That's not my subject matter. I'm rapping about real stuff that actually, like, if you've been around me or you've been with me, you'd be like, yeah, he telling the truth. He ain't lying.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So regardless if it's something that I did or one of my homies did, you know what I'm saying? But they'll be like, yeah, he's telling the truth. So I try to just focus on real life stuff. I feel like it's going to touch somebody more than me trying to focus on stuff they can buy.
Got you.
Yeah.
I always just gotta ask though, because I know personally for me, I've always played around and dabbled with writing, but recently I just really discovered how much it just kind of helps with not necessarily anxiety, but just having too many thoughts in the head.
I was just gonna say that, not having everything in your head and being able to get it out.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Let your mind breathe for a second or something.
Because you never know, you could pick up something and be writing for an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, and before you know it, you look up and be like, yo, I was writing for this long.
Right.
But then you got 3, 4, 5, 6 pages, you know.
Yeah, man. It's real therapeutic sometimes for sure.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad. That's why I said I'm glad the technology is how it is. I hop on my phone, and if I'm thinking of something, I'll write it down real fast just so I don't forget about it. You know what I'm saying? So I love that.
It's crazy you say that though, man, because that's low-key what stopped me from being a rapper, because I used to always write all my bars in my phone, but it was way back in the day before, like, it was just a screen that had, like, the buttons and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I would always delete my verses, bro. Like, I would have, like, 10, 11 verses, and then they would just somehow delete. And, like, after the third or fourth time, I was like, bro, I quit.
Yeah, it's whatever. I would have been sick, bro. I would have been sick.
Because it wasn't just, like, regular verses either. There were always some fire, some I definitely
then you didn't have
lay
backup
down.
back then,
Yeah,
so you couldn't, like, save them.
And I try to remember some of them, but not all of them came back, man. That shit was the worst. I hated that so much.
I definitely lost a couple phones, so I know I done lost some Blackberries, boy.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I wish I could get that phone back.
Right, man.
You know, that's why I'm glad now they got backups. But, you know, sometimes if I'm by some paper and a pen, I'll do that, you know, because I like to see it too.
Yeah.
Like, actually, yo, I wrote this, you know, you could scribble stuff out and, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like that's always going to be a part of it as
Word.
well. Because, you know, some people don't even use phone.
Yeah, a
they
lot of
still
people
pen
don't.
and pad.
Yeah, I feel like Currency, one of them dudes, I always see him with the pad.
Yeah,
He
pen
don't-
and pad.
he don't ever
I think it just feels better.
Right.
Actually seeing it in front of you, you wrote it, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense too. That makes sense. But let's talk about the project Allstate, man. Let's what was the inspiration behind that? What was, like, the creative process like?
Well, really, it was a time me and Seventh, shout out to the homie, the Seventh from AGO, that's my dog.
Yeah,
We went to New York. I was on like some business for my store, and I think Seventh was meeting up with his manager.
Yeah, he actually mentioned this story in his podcast too, but I would
Yeah.
definitely want to hear your perspective.
Yeah,
of the story as well.
I want to say he was meeting up with his manager or whatever the case may be. You know, we was cooling, doing what we do or whatever, and I don't know if it was him or me. We threw it out there like, yo, we should do something together. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's a couple tracks or whatever the case may be, we should do something. And then it was like, yo, all right, bet. It was just a thought then, but then when we came home, like, I just was getting on him like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you got some beats or whatever, just shoot them to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? And a couple songs turned into 17. You know what I'm saying? And he was giving me concepts, and I'm like, all right, bet. I do something and send it. How you feel like this sound? That sound cool. I'm gonna put this on there. Boom. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So really, it was just a thought. It was just a thought that manifested. You know what I'm saying?
So your first time meeting was actually in New York?
No, actually, I've been new Seventh.
Okay.
I've been new Seventh for some years. My first time I met Seventh, he was doing a go away party at All City Kicks on Division because he was moving to Florida.
Way back in the day.
Yeah. So that was the first time I met him. Maybe he don't remember.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I'm saying, it was like spur of the moment type, and he was already in it, and it was his party, so he probably was catering to everybody. Yeah. But I remember meeting him there, and then when he moved back some time after, I started getting cool with Mike G. Shout out to Mike G, who be throwing all the parties. You know, that's the homie.
Yeah.
I started seeing him around there. You know what I'm saying? And the more I seen him, you know, we would just politic and talk about music or whatever the case may be. And then I started recording with him and stuff like that. And I feel like that's probably how we got a music relationship, because I recorded my whole first project with him.
Oh, word.
Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? Well, not the first project, but my first, like, real project, Impatiently Waiting. Yeah. I recorded that with him.
Okay.
Yeah, so I feel like, you know, we kind of bonded from there. Yeah, and then the New York thing was just, like, cheap. You know, I just told him, like, yo, bro, we going to New York. It's only going to be, like, blase ski. I forgot how much it was. It was, like, stupid cheap. And he was like, what? I'm there. Word. You know, and that's how we linked up for that. And then that's how Allstate came about, you know, and we just built off that, basically.
Why the name Allstate?
Me and my sister thought of Allstate because I told her, I'm like, man, I want to think of something like a collision. You know, when you team up with somebody, you know, I was like, I feel like it's like a crash, but it's a good one. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so if you crash, then, you know, what happens after? She like, you're going to need insurance. I'm like, oh, yeah, Allstate. You know, because they always be like, are you in good hands?
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where it came from in my head.
Okay.
But then at the same time, like, he was talking about, like, Allstate, like, everywhere.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, he was like, if you say Allstate, you mean like every state.
Yeah,
you know
nationwide.
what I'm saying? Yeah, and I was like, bro, I was like, that's dope because it's like a 2-in-1. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I thought of it a whole different way, but he brought his own twist to it, and we felt like that was good. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously the 7th isn't one-sided.
Nah, not
if
at
you
all,
listen
man.
to his beats, bro, you'll be like, you made these beats?
Right.
Because he has so many different
styles and everything.
Yeah, bro, so many different melodies. Yeah. It's just so much to him. So I'm like, I feel like we gonna be all over the place.
Right.
At the same time, you know what I'm saying? Because I knew my raps wasn't gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna strictly rap about my store. I knew that wasn't gonna be the case because the artist he is, he was gonna bring something else out of me. Mm-hmm. So at the same time, I felt like I was like, yo, that go with what we trying to do.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like the project, man. I feel like you guys definitely work well together. Like, I'm really excited to hear some more of you guys' stuff too.
Thank you, bro. I really appreciate that.
Especially with his beats and your flow, man. It's something that's super unique, you know, especially for the city too.
Yeah, and I was just talking about to my homies in Atlanta. I was like, yo, like, just seeing the progress from Impatiently Waiting to Allstate. You know, even my listeners been going up. My views been going up.
Word.
Like, I just feel like more people paying attention now.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is dope, because I told 7 too, I'm like, bro, you know, I want to, like, really push it. And he was like, yeah. You know, at the beginning, he was like, he was so busy, and I felt like maybe he messed with so many artists that he was just like, all right, when it come time to do it, we'll do it. Mm-hmm. And then when it came time, I was like, yo, I'm really trying to push this. And he like, oh, yo, you really trying to push this? I'm like, yeah. And then it was crazy because he like kind of stopped what he was doing to help push it. You know, so I just felt like it fell into place.
Yeah.
People knew we was for real.
And you can see the effort behind it as well.
You know,
with the cover and everything. You guys can see, the artists or excuse me, the fans could see that there was some real work put behind it. It wasn't just a bunch of songs put together and released. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So much respect to that for sure. Are there any other local artists that you would want to collab with, either producer or rapping?
Man, that's a good question.
No pressure.
Nah, low key, I know I gotta get. For a fact, I know I gotta get E-Will on something. I've been waiting to get him on something.
Because I know a lot of Grand Rapids listens to this podcast. Not to toot my own horn or nothing, but you know, you never know who's listening, who might reach out after.
No, that's lit. No, for real. E-Will, I've been watching it, man. Like, I'm like, bro, that boy's so cold. I definitely want to get E-Will on something. I definitely need to get Big Africa on something.
Where I don't know. If I know
that's Tokyo.
Oh, the girl?
Yeah. She changed her name to Big Africa.
For real?
Yeah,
that's
she
funny.
tough for that.
She fire.
Yeah.
She had a
shout out to her. But I definitely want to get her on something. We've been talking about it for a long time, but we never did it. Huff. Shout out to Huff. I want to get him on something like I was saying earlier. I think he hard.
Got you.
Of course, all the homies that I be with, you know, we got stuff in the works.
Yeah.
So I ain't really too picky on like artists and stuff like that, bro. I'm real, like I was saying earlier, I gotta have a feeling for it. So like if you listen to my projects, I really don't have no features, bro, because what I want to say, I feel like I've said it. And if I feel like, yo, this dude's voice and his story would be dope on this song, then I could bring him on. But most of the time, bro, I'll be having like something in my head that I'm like, yo, this is the way I want it to be. This is the way I hear it. You know what I'm saying? So 9 times out of 10, I don't bring people on. But I feel like going into my like next couple projects after these ones that I got coming out, already planned. Oh, okay. That I definitely will reach out to some people, and hopefully I'll be in a better position too. Then, so then I can help whoever I do reach out to, if they ain't in a better position than me by then.
Put somebody else on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's dope. You said Big Africa though. I heard her the only time I actually heard her was on a song with Shabazz last year. I can't remember the name of it, but she murdered that shit. She
been going crazy, bro. I remember she was doing like freestyles. I mean, she was doing battles. Killing girls and dudes.
I seen those like on YouTube,
bro.
Right?
Killing, bro.
I'm mad I was never in those scenes, bro.
Me too, bro. I'm like, why wasn't I there, bro? Like
know about that
was
happening?
like, bro, that was an era where like, bro, people was really like doing it. They was meeting up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They was bro. Man, it's crazy because my boy Skrilla, man. Rest in peace to my brother, man. Rest in peace to my brother Skrilla. But it make me think about him because he was doing like a lot of battles. Back like at that time, he was doing a lot of battles and going crazy, and that's what like tapped me into it because he was like, bro, you got to come to these battles, and it's this girl, this and that, and I watched her battle, and I'm like, what? She hard, and ever since then I just been listening to her music and supporting her, but I definitely got to get her on something.
Man, it's crazy though because I was just on YouTube, going down some rabbit holes one day, and I just saw some like Grand Rapids videos, and I spent like 4 or 5 hours just watching all these,
bro. It was a bunch of them, bro,
and I knew so many people in it. I'm like, bro, why was I not in these spots?
And they was going crazy on each other too. It wasn't like no little ABC. They was going in.
Hell yeah, man! I need to bring that back and send Flyer Pop the invites.
Yeah, go ahead and get it right there, podcast it up so you can hear that jump.
Yeah, man, those were crazy. Those are crazy times, bro. I can't believe we missed that for real.
Yeah, man. I don't go out a lot either though. So I know why I missed it because I don't really be going out.
I feel that too. I'm definitely homebody like shit.
Yeah, bro. City crazy, boy.
Facts, man. Facts.
I still love y'all, but y'all crazy.
That's a fact though.
For real.
But what about like not long term, but in the future, once what would be like a dream collaboration for you, as far as like someone big, someone you look up to now, somebody that you would love, even like producers, a producer that you really a fan of, or even an artist? Yeah,
honestly, for me, I definitely would want to get on something with Drake. I feel like that'd be like a big, like, if I could, I ain't gonna say if, I'm gonna say when. Yeah. Because I be trying to speak stuff into,
hell yeah, into definitely the earth. Manifest that.
Yeah, bro. I would say Drake, I definitely would want to get him on something. Producer-wise, I definitely want something from Timbaland. Yeah, and
that'd be dope.
As crazy as this dude is, I want something from Ye.
Of course, bro.
You gotta Dre. I gotta get something from Dre. I could name producers for real. Like, bro, I can name a lot that in my head that I know. Like, I need something from him.
Yeah, word.
Definitely, Khaled.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Producers would be easy. I feel like the artists that I would want to work with. I mean, I would work with anybody, of course, but I'm saying, like, for me, like, a goal, like, yo, if I work with this dude, I feel like I'm up there. Yeah. Drizzy would definitely be.
Yeah, he's definitely like that establishment.
Yeah, you feature. Know if you do a song with him, bro, it's gonna go crazy. Yeah. I don't care what he say. Knick, knack, paddywhack. It's gonna go crazy. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact, man. That's a fact.
To counter that, I feel like as hungry as I am, it's only gonna be a matter of time before I can. Like when the baby came, yeah, we opened up for him.
Oh, for real?
And I tried to get a verse from him.
Word?
Yeah,
Word.
But his price was just a little higher than what I had on me. Yeah. So I really didn't want to go back and forth with him. He is number one. So it's
he's
like,
still going crazy.
I don't know if he's still number one in the country, but he was at that time. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I understand his prices, and it wasn't too far from what I had. You know what I'm saying? Just so I could have made it happen. Yeah. But I just was like, yo, that amount of money, I could do something else with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because like literally the next week after that, I got a verse from Peasy.
Oh, word?
Which is straight. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's like I feel like the way I do stuff, I'm gonna end up getting a verse from somebody. Like that's at the status of Drake. Don't get me wrong, Peasy, shout out to Peasy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dog for even letting me get a verse. But I feel like he's even up there with the exposure he been getting. Right. Like, bro, he been going crazy. Word. He been going crazy. I feel like as far as Detroit, like the underground rappers type, I feel like he one of the top.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what
big.
I'm saying?
That's big.
He ain't that. He might not. He up there, bro. Let me just say he up there.
Word.
You know. So shout out to Dog. And I just feel like having that momentum will put me in a place to be able to get a verse from one of them top guys one day.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's just being honest.
For sure, I could definitely see that. It seems like from what I've heard and what I've seen, man, it seems like you seem to be a man of like goals and very I guess business minded as well.
Yeah,
so as far as Cheeze Weez goes in the brand and the business, where would you like to see that in like 5 to 10 years?
Man,
outside
honestly,
of all the other businesses you got going on, because you got a lot going on.
Yeah. Man, honestly, I just would like us to get I would like us to be at the state where we would be getting the recognition.
Yeah.
Well, you know, where I would be getting the recognition I feel like that I deserve. I feel like I worked hard.
Yeah.
I've been doing, man, I can't even count how many shows I did in the city. You know, I did shows out the city. You know, I just feel like I did a lot of work. So from now till then, I would definitely hope that we would be on a whole nother level, you know, and people would definitely be giving us recognition. Because obviously, I just feel like the music gonna speak for itself.
Right.
If you hear my music, it's either you're gonna like it or you're not. I don't feel like you're gonna be in between.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, I just feel like 5 to 10 years from now, I'm just hoping that all this hard work basically is gonna be paying off by then.
Got you.
Yeah,
Got you.
for
Accolades
sure.
and whatnot.
For sure.
Word, man. We'll talk about the show in Atlanta, man. I saw you guys got a sprinter and ran down there.
Bro.
Had the whole team with you.
Yeah,
That
man.
was
We
a
had the
look.
whole squad with us. It was the whole squad with us. Man, it was 15-seater sprinter. You know what I'm saying? TV on that joint. I had my son with me. I had my grandfather with me, which was so cold.
That's dope.
My homie Young Marcus, which I spoke about earlier, he recorded the whole thing, like everything.
Yeah.
My dog Carlos, who he took pictures every day. We was there. Everybody got pictures. The performance was lit. You know what I'm saying? ATL always show love.
Word.
This is my second time performing at ATL.
Oh, okay.
Same venue.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And they just show love every time, bro. I loved it. We stayed in a nice house. We grilled out.
That's fire.
It was really like when we do stuff like that, I feel like it's like a tour experience before we get to tour.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like it's, in a way, I feel like it's getting us prepared for what we gonna have to go through.
Right.
You know, when we do go on these tour dates and we gotta be in the next city in 6 hours and we just did a show, but we gotta get straight on the bus.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like we need those experiences,
Definitely.
especially my son. You know, if he gonna be rolling with me, or my grandfather too, or just the homies.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna be rolling. I want y'all to get this feeling. So ain't nobody sick of it, or ain't nobody tired, or ain't nobody. We already know what we gotta do. We gotta be on it. Okay, you gonna sleep until we get to this next show. We get to the next show. Boom, you do what you gotta do.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So
Word.
I feel like it was a great experience for everybody that came. I loved it, bro.
That's dope, man. And that shows real dedication to your craft, bro. Like you really prepping your mindset, even those around you, to be ready for this lifestyle that you create.
Oh yeah,
you build it for everybody.
I definitely feel like it's coming.
Yeah,
that's why
man.
I say I talk a lot of stuff into existence, and I be telling my sister all the time, like, I don't ask for nothing. I don't be like, yo, can we?
Right.
Nah, I'm gonna talk about it amongst the homies, and I'm gonna make sure it happens somehow. Whether I gotta pay somebody or whatever the case may be. A lot of the stuff I talk about, I be knowing it's gonna happen because I believe in it.
Word.
You know, and a lot of people, I feel like that's where they fail at. You can't say you want to do something and don't believe you can do it.
That's a fact,
I actually believe we're gonna make it. You know what I'm
Word.
saying? And it's not even me just being like on some, I'm the most talented person in the world. No, I just feel like,
Your faith is there.
yeah, bro, my faith and how dedicated I am. I'm so dedicated to this. Like, I'm willing to lose money to make sure we get to where we need to be at, because I know I'm gonna get the money back. So for me, that's not even, the money's not even the question.
Word.
You know, is you riding?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the question for me.
Word.
And if you're not, I feel bad, because when we get to that level, you're gonna be like, man, I could have been with that dude. I could have been with him.
Yeah,
I could have been right next to him. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like you said, that's why I try to show the homies that's around me and with me as much love as I can. You know what I'm saying? And in return, they give it to me. I was just telling my homie, like, before we performed in Atlanta, he made sure the crowd was lit before I came out, and I didn't tell him to do that.
Word.
He made sure that they was lit, and when I came out, they was lit, and none of them knew who I was.
Word.
But he got them lit. So it was like, yo, everybody playing their part without being asked. So I kind of feel like I know we gonna make it, Cause everybody playing their role without it being said. People just, all right, I know I got to do this. Boom, it's being done. You know what I mean? If somebody has to be like, yo, why ain't you doing this? Why ain't you doing that? Why ain't you doing that? I feel like it's gonna be harder for everybody to be in tune with each other. You know?
Yeah.
We already in sync. We work with each other so much. I feel like we all push each other, and having that many people behind you plus their people behind them is always a great push. So I feel like, you know, it's a matter of time before we get to where we need to be going.
Yeah, bro, no question, man.
Yes,
no question. And talk about your relationship with Young Marcus, aka known flex offender.
Oh, man,
I wanted to ask about him because his work is incredible. I never knew you guys were like cool or whatever.
Nah, for real, bro. It used to be like, I ain't gonna, like I always say, I ain't gonna lie about nothing. It used to be like a more business relationship. I ain't really hang with him or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I just call him like, yo, can you come to this show? I need you to give me a recap or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But he was always cool but quiet. Like, he just really never said nothing. He'll come, you tell him what you need him to do, he'll get it done. And you know what I'm saying? He'll keep it moving. But where I tapped in with him is he did a recap for Gotti, I think it was.
Oh, word.
Gotti or somebody, bro. One of the artists that came, he did a recap and he posted it the next day. He did that with the baby too, but he did it before then. Okay. And I was like, yo, this dude, how he do that? Like, I'm like, bro, how he do that? Yeah. Then I looked at his page and I seen all the artists he was taking pictures of and all that. So I'm like, I gotta tap in with Doug. You know what I'm saying? So he does all my recaps. Okay. Now he's starting to. Every show I do, he does a recap. But like, honestly, I feel like with me and him working, because he been in the studio with me when I was working on Allstate, bro. He got so much footage. Word. With us being together and him knowing what I want, I feel like it was easier for us to have a friendship off of that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't always got to talk to him and be like, yo, why ain't you doing this? Why ain't you doing that? This is what I want. He kind of already knows what I want. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely the homie. And then even going to Atlanta, bro, I was telling the homies, I was like, bro, if we didn't have the chemistry we have, maybe some of the people who came wouldn't even wanted to come because I don't mess with them dudes. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Marcus he was rocking with us. He like, bro, I rock with y'all. You know what I'm saying? In return, we rock with him. So that's definitely my homie. I would definitely say he's one of my friends. Getting closer and closer as we go. You know what I'm saying? For real. Because he even was like, after we came back from Atlanta, him and the camera dude, Carlos, was like, where we going next, bro? I feel like we supposed to be on tour right now. I'm like, see? I'm like, that feeling of us being on the bus, being in a big house, going to shows, going everywhere together, it makes you feel like we on tour. So it's basically getting you in the mood for it. It's getting you in the mode for it. You know what I mean? It's molding you and preparing you for what's gonna happen next. So that's another thing off that. Like, I go off a feeling too. Word. You know how people, they was like, bro, I feel like this is supposed to be happening. I'm like, yeah, you right, because we kind of already starting it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely, that's definitely the homie, man. He does great work too.
Yeah, man, his work is incredible. I found him on Instagram. I think it was a summer or two ago. We've just been peeping his work.
That's about when I found him too.
Yeah,
about 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think the first show I seen him at was something that lady Ace Boogie was doing.
Okay.
At Billy's.
Yeah, I think he does a lot of shit for her too.
Yeah, he had the stabilizer and everything, and I just seen him there grinding. And then I think the next day too, he had the recap ready. And I know personally, because I tried to do the video thing for just a second. That stuff ain't easy. You know what I mean?
Nah,
So
bro, it's not.
For him to turn that video out the next day and for it to be good quality too, like that shows some real.
He does talent. That. He does that for me a lot. Like, literally every show. Like, bro, we came from Atlanta the same day. When we came from Atlanta, I went to Rocky's Bar, did a show. He gave me the recap 30 minutes after we left the show.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he came to my house and was like, here, bro.
That's crazy.
30 minutes after.
So you guys got like a recap for the Atlanta tour?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did y'all
we got a whole vlog. Nope.
Okay.
He I don't know when he's gonna be done with it.
Okay.
We released the recap for the show though.
Okay.
I always do my recaps the next day.
Got you.
Yeah. So the vlog, I don't know when that's gonna be done. That's 4 whole days. So.
I would love to see that, man.
I can't wait, bro. I ain't ever had a vlog, not one time.
Yeah, that's fire, man. That's what the people love these days too, especially for the artists.
Because it's real. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's real. You ain't no roles or no scripts, none of that. Right. You wake up and that's what it is.
Yeah. Yep, that's gonna be dope, man. You gotta keep me posted when that come out.
Oh no, I got you. I got you. I definitely will. I try to post everything on social media, especially with me.
Yeah,
you know
you're pretty active for sure.
Yeah, I try to, bro, because I noticed that I'm like, bro, as soon as you die down on social media, they gonna die down on you too. They gonna stop checking for you, stop liking stuff. So it's like you gotta be on it.
Yeah, I'm learning that myself too, for real.
You gotta be on it.
What would you say has been like your favorite show so far?
You mean like opening up or one of my shows?
Either or.
Yeah. For me, I would definitely say my first 2 shows at the intersection that I threw myself.
Yeah.
At the Stash.
Okay.
They both were sold out.
Where?
Which was crazy.
How long ago were those?
Those was when I dropped Impatiently Waiting, so about like 2 years ago.
Okay, cool.
Those was like for one, that was my first time booking a show for myself and being like headlining it. You know what I'm saying? And then for 2, it was just crazy seeing how many people in the city really rock with me. I'm like, yo, there's 500 people in here.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And every time I go on stage, everybody got their phones out, their lights out. It's crazy. So I'm like, yo, those shows, I don't care if I performed in front of 30,000 people. Them shows always gonna matter to me because it reminds me of how hard I worked and where I came from.
Yeah, man. And you can't sell out somewhere else if you ain't selling out in your own city.
I tell people that all the time, bro. I'm like, if you can't go home and sell a show out, bro, you doing something wrong. I don't care.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's real dope.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the ones.
But I want to quickly talk about, we just hitting it over an hour right now, but quickly I want to talk about some of the other businesses you got going on, man, like the FineLine Boutique. How'd you get that started? You kind of mentioned being involved with the fashion early in the day, but how'd you actually get the store open and everything? Well,
basically I knew a dude who was running the store, kind of like it, but he was just focused on the shoes, buy, sell, and trade. Basically, he was focused on shoes. I still had my clothing line, and my little sister was doing like thrifting. So she was finding like dope, you know what I'm saying, old school stuff that we could sell.
Yeah.
She was into that. So I was like, well, we could just start like a little Instagram page and put all our stuff on there, you know what I'm saying? And from doing that, the dude was like, yo, you want to put your stuff in my store? Because I just, rent you out of space. So I'm like, bet. We started from there. We moved with him when he moved from Granville to 28th Street, which is where my store is at now.
Gotcha.
And one day he just decided he didn't want to do it. He was like, bro, I don't want to do it, bro. I just had my son, this and that. I'm like, I dig you. You want to spend time with your family and do that. But I really didn't want to let him sell it. Like, I was like, bro, I don't want to sell my stuff out of my house no more, bro.
Word.
I'm like, that's backwards. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Go back to the house.
Yeah, bro. So basically, we negotiated a price for me to buy his inventory.
Okay.
And I bought his inventory, and then rest is history. We've been open for 1.5 years. FineLine Boutique.
Word. That's what's up, man. It's a dope establishment for the city because that culture of thrifting in general has been on the boom for the past 3 years or more.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been on that, and it's cool. It's cool to see like. Because, there's like Plato's Closet and stuff for other people, but for us, you know what I'm saying? It's dope to see that here too,
Yeah, I feel like the city catching up on it slowly but surely. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people rock with it. You obviously you have specific people for specific things. Right. Some people that come in the store and be like, yo, this used, man, I don't want that. If somebody wore it. But then somebody might come in and be like, yo, I was wearing this when I was in this grade. Right. I can't believe you got this. Right. Let me get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, and for me, I'm like, that's what it reminds me of. Mm-hmm. Like when I see my uncles wearing something, I'm like, man, I want that. Then I find it and I'm like, yup, I'm keeping it. Right. Like for me, it's Bad Boy stuff. I was born in 1990. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the Bad Boys, 1989, 1990, championship stuff, that's the stuff I look for, which you can't, the remake stuff ain't the same as the original. Yeah. You could tell the designs are different, all that, The
quality's different too.
Yeah, the shirts are thicker and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I feel like the city is slowly but surely picking up on the vintage, but they definitely hip to the hype stuff though. For sure. The Supreme, the Bape, all that, they hip to that for sure.
Did you guys pull any inspiration from Round 2?
Of course, bro. Of course. Shout out to Round 2, Luke, Chris, Sean, of course. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The big dog. Shout out to y'all. A lot of inspiration from you guys.
Because they spread it a lot, or that style of stores spread a lot in Virginia too. Because I actually live out there right now.
Yeah, and that's where they started at. Richmond. That's where they started at.
Yeah, so it's dope to see like that industry just booming because it is a profitable industry for sure, and it's something that people are loving. Like people want to see, like even that cap shirt you got on, people will respect that.
Yeah,
just because it's authentic, it's quality, and it reminds them of their own time or when they was whatever age at that time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we definitely get some inspiration from those guys. Guys like Boneyard in Chicago, if you're familiar with that. Yeah. RSVP in Chicago, if you're familiar with that.
Toro used to put me on with them all the time.
Yeah, bro, we just pay attention to a lot of the stuff that we don't have in our city. I do a lot of traveling. I go to New York, Detroit, Chicago. I've been to Miami, but you know, it's cool. I feel like it's more for a vacation.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it a big fashion industry?
Nah, not really. It's more for vacation.
Yeah,
but like, New York, Los Angeles, you know, Cali, Chicago, Detroit. I go to them places and I try to see what they have because obviously, not so much as Detroit and Chicago, but New York and Cali. I feel like they're way ahead of us when it comes to the fashion stuff. Like they get stuff before us. Yeah. So I usually try to go out there, see what they got, and bring it back, so I can catch the wave before it comes to us.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I feel like that helps a lot. And from watching round 2, it kind of got me hip to it because I'm like, yo, how do they got this? You know what I'm saying? But then you got to think they're in Cali. So if you watch round 2, which they have their own show, it'll show you like people are coming from Brazil, they're coming from China, they're coming from everywhere, bro. You like, what? And they bringing stuff and buying stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that definitely got me hip to wanting to have like more exclusive, limited stuff that I know we can't get.
And being the source, like the one person in the whole
city. Yeah, exactly. And doing the legwork to actually go get it, or being hip to what websites got it, where I can get it before it sells out. Word. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but shout out to them guys though, because I feel like they not only giving me knowledge, but the world. Yeah. Definitely. Everybody's watching them.
Everybody learn about fashion in general, because I never even knew how many details was in it, you know, like into making a shirt or a shoe or whatever. There's a lot of details into it.
Exactly.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But real quick, talk about Russo wear, man. That's something I actually was super I admired a lot, bro, especially because you did it for that affordable price too. Yeah, you know, I got to cop a pair. I haven't copped a pair yet. Yeah, I don't know if I still can, but
we still got a couple pairs.
All right, bet, bro. I need to get some just for that whole movement of it being affordable, and they look fire too,
bro, and they comfortable.
Word,
super comfortable. It got memory foam on the inside. Man. Obviously, I'm standing up at work all day, so that was one of the things that actually why I liked about it, like, which is crazy. So before I knew what Russo wear was, I was getting my hair cut, and they had a pair of shoes at the barbershop. And I'm like, what are those? Those look like New Balances or Saucony or something like that. My boy was like, those are Russo's. These dude I know selling them. I'm like, all right. They ain't have my size. So I'm like, whatever. Didn't think about it. Word. So I'm chilling in the store. This lady comes in. She's like, I have these shoes. Do you guys buy shoes? I'm like, yeah, we buy shoes. Let me see what you got. So she brings the Russo's in. And I'm like, oh, I've seen these before. You know, how much are they? Whatever the case may be. And she's like, oh, yeah, they're only $60. She's like, I just want to see if there's any stores that would want to carry them, or if you just want to buy a pair. So I'm like, all right, I'll check it out. I was like, I'll support just because, you know, if I like them, or, you know, I wear them. If the people around the store like them, I'll buy more. You know what I'm saying? And then I didn't know that they had memory foam or none of that, though. So putting it on, I'm like, ooh, this is really soft. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I liked it, for one. And for two, I noticed how versatile it was. You could wear it with some casual stuff, or you could wear it with your urban wear, or whatever the case may be. You could switch it up. You don't have to wear it like with a tracksuit, if you know what I mean. Right. Even though it's an athletic shoe, you don't have to wear it like that. So that's what I liked about it, versatile. And it's a Grand Rapids based shoe. Okay. The people who made it are from here. So basically it's a Grand Rapids based shoe. Dope. And what I'm thankful for is that they actually let me take over the brand and promote it and market it and figure out what we're gonna do and what not to do with the brand.
Got you.
Being that I do have a store and I'm kind of already into the fashion realm. So shout out to them for letting me even, you know, be a part of it. But yeah, so basically now FineLine got Russo wear. Cheeze Weez is promoting it. It's been going great. We sold like, right now I would say over 100 pairs. Word. Which is, I feel like that's crazy. Like, bro, 100 pairs is something that don't nobody know what it is. Yeah. That's a lot, bro. It does. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? So just going into it, I'm just like, yo, I'm thankful for it, but I'm also thankful for them because we got to give 10 people free shoes. Yeah. Some of them were kids in school that couldn't get them. Some of them were men who worked but didn't have the money. That's crazy. Had to give their family their money, so we gave them shoes. Some of them were women who, you know, needed shoes. And we're going to do it again. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do another one downtown on Division. Date, you know, it's to be announced or whatever the case may be, but we definitely going to take care of the people.
And that's what caught my eye about it, for real, man, because even seeing like stuff what Jaden Smith is doing with that I Love You restaurant, he's giving out free food to homeless people and stuff like that.
That's needed.
Yeah, bro.
I was going to say that's smart, but that's needed.
It is, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like a lot of people forget, like, one of our main objectives as human beings is just to serve one another and help. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to really start pushing that more on the forefront of lifting each other up and just, you know, service in the community, bro. Like, one person is no better than the next. So if you see a person down, why not help them if you can?
Exactly,
you know?
exactly.
So that's a beautiful thing that you're doing with that, man. I'm really happy to see that.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Especially for the city. I try to help out as much as I can.
Word, man. It's being seen, bro. You definitely doing a lot for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it too. I got a lot of stuff in the works. You know what I'm saying? School giveaways, Thanksgiving, Christmas. And
That's dope.
I don't know, bro. I just feel like growing up, I didn't really have everything. Don't get me wrong. My mom did give us what she could. She broke her back to give us whatever she could. She, you know what I'm saying? She's running up credit cards and all that. You know what I'm saying? But like going into it, growing up, I'm like, yo, I know it's people out there who like me. And even if they're grown or kids or whatever the case may be, I'm like, yo, I want to give back as much as I can. Yeah. Regardless if certain people don't feel it. At least I know the people that I do help will remember me and will remember that time. You know what I'm saying? That I did help. So,
got you.
Yeah, sir. Try to.
It's a beautiful thing, bro, man. Salute to you on that.
Yeah, appreciate it.
For real, man. But yeah, we over an hour. I got these 3 last questions, but is there anything else you feel like the fans should know before we wrap this up? Any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, man, I just want to say shout out to the city. You know, I appreciate y'all supporting me the way you do, because y'all really don't got to. Like we was just talking about earlier, a lot of people don't like to support people, but so the people that do support me and genuinely support me and want to see me win, shout out to y'all. That's why I'm going this hard for y'all. Shout out to Mike G. I appreciate you for putting me on everything.
Big homie.
Shout out to Troy Caesar, man. That boy, he makes all my music. Shout out to him.
Word. Shout
out to the 7th for giving me all the beats for my last project. Shout out to my son for rocking with me every chance he get. You know, I appreciate that, because he don't got to. He could be wanting to play the game, but he do. You know, shout out to my grandfather for rocking with me as well. Shout out to all the homies that's rocking. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna keep it pushing for y'all.
Word, man. Well, last 3 questions. What would you say keeps you motivated every day? I'm sure your son is definitely one of them things.
Yeah, off top, I would say family, bro.
Yeah, okay.
That's the easiest question in the world. They motivate me so much because I just want them to have what I didn't have, and I want to be an example for them. So definitely got to push for them.
I feel that, man.
Yes,
I feel that. And what can the people expect from you from the rest of 2019? What else you got coming?
Man, we ain't slowing up, bro. You know, we working on more shows. I got another project coming out December on Christmas, actually. It's called Granville Market. Okay. It's free. I ain't charging. You know what I'm saying? So look out for that. Look out for my brother B. Garber, Raised by Racism. He gonna be dropping. You know, I'm gonna push him as much as I could push myself. That's my brother. Yeah. So look out for those. Look out for more videos. You know, and just be prepared to see me. I'm not going nowhere. And I've been telling people that I don't care how many shows I do, how many you don't come to, or how many you do come to. I'm never going to stop. So you might as well just say, forget it and come to a show or buy the music or listen to it or whatever the case may be, because you could just expect more. I'm not going to stop.
Word, man. For real. Young Marcus, we need that vlog from Atlanta. So we better get that soon, please.
Yes, sir. We need that, boy. Yes, sir.
And how can the people get in touch with you, man? Where can people reach you at?
Man, I'm at FineLine Boutique every day, 12 to 5 on Monday through Friday, 12 to 7 on Saturdays. Sundays I'm closed. I definitely need that chill day. But if you want to pop at me in person, you can stop up there any day. If you want to hit me up on my social media, it's Cheeze Weez 600 on Twitter or Instagram. I'll get right back to you. I ain't bougie. I'll talk to anybody, for real. You know, people want features or whatever the case may be. You just want to talk to me. Let me know. I'm there. You know, I ain't easy to find. I mean, I ain't hard to find. You know, I'm all over the city.
That's a bet, man. And like I said, bro, it was an honor to have you on the show. It's something.
I appreciate you having
something
me.
I definitely had to make sure I got done while I'm here and everything, man. So I'm really glad we got to do this and had this conversation. And maybe around Christmas time, if I'm in the area, we can promote that next album, that next project.
Yeah, if you're around, let's make it happen. That's the joint that Peasy gonna be on. My boy Canary Yellow Cello gonna be on that thing. So I definitely need to be pushing that.
Hey, that sounds big. Yeah, we might have to do that for sure. For sure, man. Well, I appreciate you, man. Make sure you guys follow Flyer Population on all streaming sites, all social media, FLYYR Population. Appreciate you for tuning in. Love is love. Peace and love, man. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Don't talk about getting no money, just look at my go to the show. You niggas posting a row before you get it like it's gone. How does that go? I do not have time to perk. My jeans got me leaning, I'm doubling dough. Trying to turn into the plug. My baby, I'm dope and my brothers got work, so what up? Taking niggas back to the trap spot when a flat top and a fat watch was a gold nugget. Product of the motherfuckers that I grew up with. Went from Matchbox to a crack rock bundle. Staying up all night, got my eyes dry. Wanna boom off when my phone died. Back when mine dudes call me Boom Man for a nickname. Trying to make a name off a Nick bag. I was super bad. Ask Uncle Mick how I got the loving from the butter. Had a youngin' doing numbers from a summer. Bought a cutty, bitch was hella rusty. Had a hole in the muffler, but it sound like it's a runner. I tear the road up, squad pulling. Got a car full, sitting sawed off. Every on one, stuff for stone dough. Talking K-Man, whole things be a blunt. Running through sun, make shit, Harley run, Laura Runnaville. Cartel, every hard sell. Been a dead body, border back and busting bullies down the bullies. Coast Street, went snow stream over white ground. $100 grand, I'm damn stuck, spent the life. No shift in the cold, moving cold, blowing smoke in my hand and keep it from going ice. Another one that hit a blunt, rose, throw dose, fire gas, good choke, continue to shake back. Clientele pack, buying rich, pie and Rex, Bobby Flay, weak lung, glass pipe, power hit. Blast ab, house party, stuffing black pants, kid plays, bringing friends, busting heads over heads. Fitted cap, fucking fitted fat, for a fiend, fool, frontin' nothing, dollars rule everything around me. Money motivated, gang affiliated, getting paper till I'm paper or going green, my nigga, I get it. I get it, I get it, I get it. You and your niggas is pitching for riches, I get it, my nigga. The picture is bigger, I get it, my nigga. I do. I get it, I get it, I get it. It's money and money, my niggas are scheming. We get it, believe me when I say we get it, believe me, my nigga. We do. We get it, we get it, we get it. They gon' get this dope any way that you flip it. When they get it, we get it, so get it, I get it, my nigga. I get it, I do. I get it, I get it, I get it. Trapping is trapping, no way that you put it. If you get it, you get it, I get it, so get it, my nigga, I get it. I bring them boys up to the date now, where it's by luck, old school, sitting on 20-somethings. Sip juice, split a deuce, pour double cup, pop two Zans, Jolly Ranch trunk for the bottom. Big face, two-tone shit, gold, white, bezel, bling, don't need no light, shine hard, crew tool from a wrist game flick of it, got on spinning wristbands. Pocket stupid fat, walk around with 10, keep a 9, cop 8 or more, 7G stuffed in a blunt, you could barely roll, 6 side, got a nickel plate, tell them pulling down, 4 door, 3 niggas with me, I ain't lacking, 2 bands, counting every dollar, don't take a short, if it's 100, drop the bag and get back to work, days off, work, trapping all year, if they gon' cop, they cop from us, whole trap bump, buffet for a base head, basement, blaze, butter, bully boy, bleed, but no cut, any street, plenty P, plug, lock it down, only A1 sack, straight slabs, go to town, OT, word is OZ, double G, tax twice, and they Gucci on the price, buy big bill, blue bankroll, thick fist, crank 28, more like 55. High anyway, the pro sitting low, pro see the pole, keep it slow when they turn, getting ghost, body in my throat. Spend the life, what your shit cost. Floss like a boss, paying for a price, but it's junk. Fire for show, get right with his own, for making it clone and slapping my phone. It's all day long, I'm grand but grown, and paper Patron came up on my own, from a crumb to a bow, nigga, I get it. I get it, I get it, I get it. You and your niggas is pitching for riches, I get it, my nigga. The picture is bigger, I get it, my nigga. I do. I get it, I get it, I get it. It's money and money, my niggas are scheming. We get it, believe me when I say we get it, believe me, my nigga. We do. We get it, we get it, we get it. They gon' get this dope any way that you flip it. When they get it, we get it, so get it, I get it, my nigga. I get it, I do. I get it, I get it, I get it. Trapping is trapping, no way that you put it. If you get it, you get it, I get it, so get it, my nigga, I get it,